Today we're reacting to someone that might be better than Zack D films. They got the same animation style, but they have amazing storytelling. Her story. Let's see if she's better.
This boy was trolling on the dark web when her sister noticed he slammed his laptop shut.
Okay.
He was shivering, and she knew something was wrong. Scared, he immediately ran to the living room. She yelled, "What happened?"
What happened,
but he
babe?
wouldn't say anything. He started freaking out, closing all of their blinds, locking the front door, and she begged him to tell her
Don't tell me he got doxxed.
He was freaking out.
He got
and that's
doxxed.
when she opened his laptop. She couldn't believe it. Someone sent him a picture of their front door.
Oh, you're cooked. Oh, you're cooked. Through the blinds?
It was a picture of her through their window.
Oh my.
She looks tasty. She couldn't breathe. She was about to run and grab their dad, but her brother grabbed her arm saying, "No, he'll kill me if he knew I was on there." Neither of them slept that night until someone rang the doorbell the next morning. A guy with a badge told their dad they saw some suspicious activity coming from their network.
Come on, police, save her.
He told him he didn't know anything about it. He told them to stay safe, but the next day in class, her principal burst through their door.
Oh my gosh, what'd she say?
She had to come with her that second and that the police were there, and she followed her to the office thinking it had to be her brother. But the second she walked in, she saw the same guy from yesterday holding his badge. He smiled when he saw her and told her there was an emergency at her house. He grabbed her arm and tried to pull her out, but she resisted.
No, stop!
Is my brother okay? But he didn't say anything. Come with us. She didn't want to, but her principal nodded and said, "They're police officers, honey. Go with them." They took her outside, but she noticed their car didn't have any police stickers on it. She thought these guys must just be undercover.
Wait, no, don't tell me they're fakes. No, wait, this is actually crazy.
Put her in the back. She immediately noticed there weren't any door handles either. There was no way she could get out. "Where are we going?" But they laughed. She was sweating now. "Please, I just want to see my brother." But they didn't say anything until they saw flashing lights behind them. Both of the guys immediately got nervous, and when she realized it was the police, she knew this was her chance.
Fake.
The cop was walking up to the car, and she was about to scream for help, but just before she did, she felt something sharp in her stomach.
Oh my
She looked
gosh.
down and saw the man holding a knife against her. The cop walked up and looked inside the car, and when he saw her crying, he looked suspicious. She tried anything she could to signal for help, but the man said, "That's just my niece. She's upset because we didn't get McDonald's." She couldn't say anything. The knife was already cutting her skin. The cop just told them to have a good day.
No!
She drove off. She accepted her life was over. She wasn't ever gonna see her family again until they started arguing. "He saw our faces, man. If we kill her, they're gonna know it was us." So in that moment, they opened the door and threw her out, and she had to run back with her hands tied.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ending was garbage, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Bro got me hooked up until that point. Plot twist. Is that the real police? But no, we had the trash-ass ending.
My daughter came home holding candy, and I instantly asked, "Where'd you get that?" She just smiled. "An old man was at the bus stop today. He
Sweetie, I think that man is a little bit suspicious and wants you to be in his white van." All right.
To us. Alarm bells started going off in my head.
That's what I'm saying. Don't eat that candy.
To the bus station. The man was standing there holding a bowl of candy.
Wait, it's a grandma. It's grandpa though.
And I knew something had to be wrong. I grabbed my daughter's arm. "Wait, don't eat that." I took it from her and checked it for anything bad. The man just smiled at me, but when Sadie's mom saw him, she panicked. "What are you giving my daughter? Stay away from her, you creep." He looked upset and just walked away without looking back. I was confused, but when he showed up the next day, Sadie's mom lost it. She started calling him a stalker and called the police. He tried to tell her he wanted to keep them safe, but she knew something had to be wrong. The police came and put him in handcuffs.
Okay, let's see. Let me guess. I feel... Nah, I'm gonna go with my gut feeling, and that guy is a creepy guy that preys on little kids.
But he kept saying he was keeping them safe.
No,
I thought it was weird, but when I was watching the news that night, I couldn't believe it.
I knew it.
Apparently he had a heart attack later that day, but they were saying he was a hero. Apparently...
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for doubting you, Albert. I'm so sorry, bro.
His daughter was waiting for the bus playing too close to the road and got hit by a car. So the old man would go to bus stops and hand out her favorite candy to keep other kids away from the road. All he wanted to do was make sure none of us had to go through the same pain he did.
I'm sorry! No, I didn't realize, bro. You know what? It's messed up, man. There are many predators out there, and I'm sorry for accusing you. I'm so sorry. Back to the main point of this video. This guy might be better than Zack D films, bro. Her story? Storytelling, I tell you. Gets you hooked. Raises questions. Is he the predator or is he just saving children? Who knows? But that's only 2 videos we watched so far. We gotta keep going.
I was pushing my baby on the swings when an old woman walked up to us and said, "Such a beautiful baby. May I see his shoulder?" I immediately pulled my son off the swing and backed away. As we left.
Okay. Who just goes and says, "May I see your shoulder, bro?" Unless there's something visibly on your shoulder. Who says that?
Son off the swing and backed backed away. As we left, I heard her whisper, "The birthmark. I need to see if he has the birthmark." 2 weeks
What?
later, she was parked in front of our building,
Oh,
hunched
okay, that's
over her
weird.
steering wheel crying. When she saw me notice her, she drove away quickly. I held my baby extra tight that night and decided to take him
Is
to a
that-
smaller park 6 blocks away.
Let me guess. This is not her baby. Watch this, y'all.
She
I'm gonna
stayed
be right.
safe,
I'm
but
gonna be
she showed
right.
up there too, this time with a teddy bear. The tag was still on it, but it looked old, like it had been saved for decades. I grabbed my son out of the swing and yelled, "Leave us alone!" But she latched onto my
Whoa!
Please, I just need to know about the birthmark. Does he have a star-shaped mark on his left shoulder? I yanked her hand off and threatened to
Get
call the
away,
police.
bro.
She backed off but followed
Yeah.
us home at a distance, repeating,
she's creepy.
"My son
Wait.
had the same mark. Please just tell me." The next time she was at the park, a woman was with her saying, "Mom, you have to stop this. It's been 40 years. James is gone." The older woman broke down completely. "He's not gone. If I could just see the birthmark,
Wait.
I'd know." That's when I'd had enough. I marched over with my baby in my arms but froze when I saw her holding an old picture of a baby that somehow looked exactly like mine. "What's going on? Who is that?" I freaked out. The old woman said, "This is my son James. My ex-husband kidnapped him when he was a baby." Then she pointed at my son's shoulder. James had a perfect star right there. "Tell me, does your son have it too?" She looked
No
so
way.
desperate and broken.
No
that I
way.
answered her. I pulled
No
my
way.
son's
Are we-
back to show
Oh!
the birthmark on his left shoulder. The old woman's legs gave out. Her daughter caught her as she
It's
sobbed
this-
uncontrollably. "My husband has the same birthmark," I said, "and he's adopted." The old woman looked at me and whispered, "What's your husband's name?" "James."
Yo, Zack D Films, you gotta step up your game because her YouTube story is low-key got way better storytelling, bro. Despite that, you know, the narration isn't that cool, the story's there. I love how they raised the question, is that it or not? You know what I mean? Is the baby's the son of that mother or she's going crazy? Who knows? But now we found out I was right, baby. Perfect star doesn't look like even a star. Yeah, okay, come on. They did their best.
During my flight, a man came up to the girl I saved and tried to grab her headphones.
Okay, so yeah, what kind of person just goes up to a person and says, give me your headphones?
He said, "Don't you know it's rude to wear headphones indoors?" I said, "Please
No, I was giving you too much credit. Who in the hell in the world says that?
leave her alone. Relax, sweetheart. I'm just teaching her some manners." He smiled. Like
Indoors,
that was okay.
an
Amara
airplane.
was gripping the armrest so tight her knuckles had gone white. "She doesn't want to talk. Please respect that. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm being neighborly." He reached across me again and poked the
Hey,
I'm talking.
stop touching her, bro.
Thank you. Take the headphones.
Stop
off.
touching
I
her.
stopped him. "Those aren't headphones. They're noise-canceling earpieces. She needs them." "For what? The plane's not that loud." I shook my head. I didn't want to explain
Planes are pretty
to a
loud.
stranger on a plane. The refugee camp where she'd spent 7 years. The militia attack that killed her parents in front of her. The 36 hours she spent under her mother's body, not moving, barely breathing. "Sir, I need you to stop talking to her." "Or what?" He laughed. "I paid for my seat same as you. I can talk to whoever I want." Amara was rocking now. Small movements. The way she did when things got too loud, too close, too much. He waved down a flight
Wait.
attendant. "Excuse me. This woman is being extremely rude."
Okay, yeah, the one that touches my own daughter on the headphones, bro. Like, what are we doing? What do you mean, extremely rude? You went up to her and said,
"I've been trying to have a simple conversation and she keeps shutting me
shut
down."
your witch ass up.
If she's making other passengers uncomfortable, then she should really take the headphones off.
Nah, okay, sis. You know, I like your storytelling. I ain't gonna lie with you, but make it make sense, please.
She reached for Amara's ear to take it off. "Don't touch her." Too late. The earpiece came out, and Amara screamed. Not a startled scream. A primal, broken, terrified scream. The kind that comes from somewhere so deep it doesn't sound human. She threw herself against the window and started hitting herself over and over
Oh my
again, clawing
gosh.
at the plastic.
Put the headphones back on, bro. That's what pissing me off.
Screaming words into Grinja that I couldn't understand but didn't need to. The whole plane went silent. Amara, it's okay. You're safe. You're safe." She wasn't hearing me. She was somewhere else. 7 years ago, listening to machetes drag across concrete while hiding from people who wanted to hurt her. The man in 14A had pressed himself against the aisle, face white. I didn't know. You didn't ask. I was trying to hold Amara without restraining her. I had no idea how I was going to help her.
Yeah, exactly. You're freaking rude, bro. Who just goes up to a freaking child and touches their headphones, bro? That don't piss me.
And that's when an ex-veteran in uniform from 3 rows back stood beside us. He didn't say anything, just stared at us. He
Don't
pulled
get
off
against
his
the
own
headphones.
noise-canceling
Oh my
headphones
gosh.
and held them out to me. The flight attendant stepped toward him. "Sir, you need to return to your..."
Shut up! Oh, bro. These characters. That's good though. Even though these characters piss you off, that means the story's good.
Hand. Didn't look at her. Didn't need to. She stopped mid-sentence. I slid his headphones over Amara's ears. Her hands flew up to grip them, hold them in place. Her eyes were still wild, but her mouth closed. The screaming stopped. He gave me a single nod, then walked back to his seat without...
W veteran,
The
bro.
flight attendant's face crumpled. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't know
better
this
be.
would happen."
You better be sorry, bro. Get your ass fired.
Man said he felt unsafe. Shut the F up. You chose his comfort over a traumatized child's medical needs.
Nasty. That's the ending right there. Logic a little bit weird, but I like the ending right there.
I woke up in the back seat of my parents'
Oh,
car to red and blue
color
lights
eyes.
flashing through every window. 6 officers had the car surrounded with their hands on their holsters, and my mom and dad were already outside with their palms flat against the hood.
What is this? Is this freaking... Does she have psychic powers or something that you have to get 6 men for a kid?
Opened my door, asked if I was Tracy, and when I nodded, he pulled me out by the arm and walked me to the curb. He told me they received 2 911 calls and a thread of text from my phone during the drive reporting that I was being held hostage in a moving vehicle. I told him I didn't call anyone because I was asleep for the entire ride home. He held up my phone and scrolled through texts that said, "Please help me, I'm being kidnapped, I can't get out." I kept telling them it wasn't me, but they turned me around and put me in handcuffs anyway. And my brother started laughing like this was a joke. My mom screamed from the hood of the car that I would never do this, and then she stopped. We have a dash cam. Check the dash cam.
Wait, okay, let's guess. So the kid woke up not admitting that she didn't fake the 911 calls. I think she lost her mind and she actually got kidnapped. I'm a guess. Wild guess.
And watched my 9-year-old brother pick my phone off my lap.
Oh my gosh. I should have known. I should have known
that he was being held hostage.
Oh no, I should have known.
Questioned him. He said it was because I caught him snooping through my phone and told him I'd call the cops if he touched it again. He thought I was serious and tried to get me in trouble first. They took the handcuffs off me and put them on him, but he cried, "Wait, I'm just a kid."
No, you ain't just a kid. You're gonna learn your lesson the hard way, little bro.
Walked him to the squad car as he screamed for them to take me instead, but they shoved him into the back seat. My brother spent 3 months in juvenile detention for filing a false police report.
And that's why you don't just prank call 911, y'all. Never do that. Do not do that. I'm not, no reverse psychology here. Do not do that, bro. Dumbass child thinking that, I'm gonna just dial 911. My satisfaction level up. Yes, sir.
My daughter asked me, "Mom, can I dye my hair blonde?" I knocked my chair back so hard it hit the wall. "What did you just say to me?" Juliet
Is it really that
I just
deep?
asked if I could dye my... No, stop. Something is wrong with you. You told your aunt she looked like a burnt corn husk for going blonde. You told a girl her hair looked like it was dipped in piss. And now you want to be blonde? She started crying. "Why are you screaming at me? It's literally just a color." I should have felt guilty, but I knew something was seriously wrong with my daughter. The next morning, Juliet walked into the kitchen asking me to make her scrambled eggs. I spat out my water because Juliet has gagged at eggs her entire life.
Does she want to become yellow?
Because I needed to watch her eat them.
That's my
She
skin
ate
color.
Every single bite. Thanks, Mom. These were really good. I called my best friend for help. She said I was spiraling. My mom told me to stop smothering Juliet. Her father just said, "Relax." Nobody was listening to me, but I wasn't wrong. Because before she went to bed, she said, "Good night, Petra." She saw my horrified face and bonked her head. "Sorry, Mom. I meant Mom." Juliet had never...
Okay, let me guess what's going on here. I have no clue. Like, I don't know where we're getting, but it's interesting. I like it. I really do like it.
Before. That weekend,
because like you have a kid just wants to be blonde and eating yellow stuff. Like she wants to become yellow woman.
We went to the mall because I needed to do something normal with her. But then she stopped in front of a mirror and said, "I really think I'd look good blonde." I grabbed her by the shoulders and turned her around to face me. "Why do you keep saying that?
Damn, why is it intense?
Hair your entire life.
It's so intense.
To you?" Juliet shoved me off. "Why can't I just want something different without you completely losing it? Because you're not my daughter."
Okay, please, yo, her story. Let's just little suggestion. Yo, get another voice actor for the little girl, bro. That will make things a lot better.
Why won't anybody believe me? I was crying now. Juliet was backing away from me. Then a man walked over and said he was a psychiatrist and could help. The psychiatrist asked, "Juliet, do you have gaps in your memory?" She looked scared. "Sometimes I'm at school and then I'm home and I don't remember the drive." He recorded the session and then played parts of it back for her. She watched in horror. "That's not me. I didn't say that. That was 11 minutes ago, Juliet." He sat back in his chair. "Juliet, what I'm about to tell you is going to be hard to hear, but I need you to listen."
She has Alzheimer's.
You have something called dissociative identity disorder. The blonde hair, the eggs, calling your mother Petra. That wasn't you, Juliet. There is someone else in your mind, and when she comes forward, you don't remember any of it. Juliet looked terrified. Juliet started treatment that same month. The alter's name is Eloise. She likes scrambled eggs and calls me Petra.
Yellow.
Juliet still hates blonde hair. Eloise still asks to dye it. Some mornings I can tell who I'm talking to before she even opens her mouth.
Holy snap, that joint is crazy, bruh. Yo, I got goosebumps from that, bro. It reminds me of like some anime character that has some sort of evil within his side, and that's that character playing. Yo, back to the question though. Yo, Zack D Films, level up your story game, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, I love these. It's so good. It just keeps you hooked forever, bro. The retention on these must be 100%. Though Zack D Films does have better narration. I'm gonna give him that though.
My roommate walked in and asked, "Have you seen the sweet bread that was in the cupboard?" "Yeah, I had some like an hour ago." "Why?" I answered, still scrolling through my phone on the couch. She dropped to her knees right there in the kitchen. I laughed because I thought she was joking until I saw her hands shaking as she gripped the counter.
Whoa,
"You ate it? The whole thing?" Her voice cracked like I just told her someone died. Suddenly, she lunged for the kitchen trash can and started tearing through it like a mad woman. "It was just one piece, Sophia. It was on the shared shelf." She didn't let me finish. Just ran to the bathroom and slammed the door so hard the pictures on the wall rattled. I could hear her throwing up from emotional pain, which made my stomach turn. What the hell was in that bread? Before I could even process what was happening, her boyfriend Nikos burst through the front door, still in his EMT uniform because he left work early. Where's Sophia? He asked, breathless. She texted something about the bread. When I pointed to the bathroom, he walked in and Sophia whispered something to him and he—
Wait, let me guess. I got two options because I'm gonna lie, I'm only guessing halfway what's gonna happen. Either this bread was for the boyfriend or it's her medicine. That's two things, two guesses. What's gonna happen?
Died. I was starting to panic. My phone buzzed. It was our landlord. Heard what happened. So sorry. Rent can wait this month. My hands started sweating as I stared at the message. That's when the cramping started in my stomach.
What is happening?
Sudden, enough to fold me over. Another wave hit and I groaned.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me that you could poison the bread.
Nikos came out of the bathroom supporting Sophia, whose face was blotchy from crying. We need to go to the hospital, he said. Now. What? Why? Is it food poisoning? This isn't food poisoning. His voice was deadly serious. Trust me, we need to go now. The cramping was getting worse, and I kept trying to remember exactly what that bread had tasted like. When we got to the ER, Nikos ran ahead to talk to the intake nurse. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but she looked shocked and waved us through immediately.
What? Peanut butter. There's peanut butter.
The first question she asked me was, "Do you have reactions to precious metals?" The nurse asked.
What you mean metals in a piece of bread? What do you mean metals in bread? All right, let's.
As she prepped an IV. What? No, I don't think so. My voice came out higher than usual. Why would you ask that? She exchanged a look with Nikos, but didn't answer. A doctor appeared with a portable X-ray machine, which seemed extreme for food poisoning. His face was serious. There's definitely a metallic object in your stomach, he whispered quietly. Before I could even process what he said, an elderly woman appeared in the doorway. It was Sophia's grandmother. Her eyes were red-rimmed like she'd just finished crying. The room went silent. Sophia finally looked at me, and the anger in her eyes made me shrink back. You ate my flurry, she said.
What's that?
Dripping with barely controlled rage. Your what? She sighed like she was sick
of me. What's a flurry?
And continued. In Greek tradition, we have a lucky coin that we put into sweet bread. When you're the one to eat the slice of bread with the coin, you will gain the luck of 1,000 generations.
Brother, what? And you know what? Sometimes some traditions are just not meant to be, bro. I guess you got me worked up for all that. A story. Test my impression of what's inside the bread. See, that's the thing though. These comments indicate that bro's storytelling, her YouTube storytelling, is pretty darn good. At least she's about to be super lucky. Facts.
My son's teacher taught him something so inaccurate that
whoa.
Me and my son were in the car when he told me he had a headache. I said, "Okay, honey, I'll get you some Tylenol when we're home." But when we got home, I handed him the bottle of Tylenol and he said, "Thanks, Mom. I love these red M&Ms. They always make me feel better." I laughed because I thought he was joking.
No. Bro's about to eat the whole bottle. And let me guess, and then he's gonna go in the hospital.
My son spoke again. "No, Mom, I swear. My teacher, Mr. Janik, said these are the red M&Ms that make the headaches go away." I just rolled my eyes and we sat on the couch and I fell asleep while he drank water with Tylenol. But when I woke up, he was clutching his stomach.
No, bro's dead.
Crying.
I knew it. Bro's dead.
It was getting really bad. Why aren't they working? I asked him what he was talking about.
The
and
Tylenols.
He just kept crying, saying the M&Ms weren't working. I said, "Okay, let me grab you some more painkillers." I ran into
No, you're just gonna make it worse.
I opened the cabinet to grab some Tylenol. It was empty. I shook the bottles and nothing.
Guys, do not do this. Do not do that. All right, medicine is no joke, bro. That's why there's disclaimers on there.
I ran back into the living room screaming his name. "Dominic, did you eat these? Did you eat the whole bottle?"
The whole bottle is crazy.
Yes, I ate all the red M&Ms. I just wanted the headache to stop. Why am I in so much pain after eating red M&Ms? I looked at his face and his pupils were massive. I picked him up and ran toward the front door without shoes and threw him into the back seat. I was driving to the ER in my socks, having no idea what 50 Tylenols could do to an 8-year-old, but I knew I couldn't waste a single second. I was running every yellow light, honking at people to move. We were stopped at a red light and he started shaking. Then it got faster.
No.
Faster.
Don't tell me he dies, bro. Survive.
All hit me that he was having a seizure. I screamed his name. I hit 3 curbs pulling into the hospital parking lot, not even turning the car off. I ran toward those automatic doors holding my son, and when they slid open, every single person in that waiting room turned and looked. Dom was moaning, barely conscious.
Oh my gosh.
Starting to form
oh no.
I heard a woman say, "Oh my God, that kid has rabies." I ignored
Shut up! Go! Who cares about you? Go!
Help! Somebody help my son. Nurses came rushing out, and before I knew it, they had him on a stretcher and were wheeling him down the hallway. I tried to follow, but someone grabbed me. They told me I couldn't go back there. They guided me to the waiting room, and I just sat there furious. And that's when I remembered what Dom said in the car. The red M&Ms. He said his teacher told him that. I hopped back into my dented car and soon walked into his school still just in my socks. My son's teacher, Mr. Janik, was sitting at his desk when I found him, chair pumped all the way up because he was 5'2". I yelled, "M&Ms? You told a 7-year-old
yeah, exactly.
Tylenol is red M&Ms?" He instantly looked nervous, shriveling his shoulders
together. Yeah, punch him!
I was just joking.
No. See, y'all. I'm gonna be serious, y'all. When adults say something to kids, they take it seriously. It doesn't matter, joke. They don't understand my humor. I'm talking about little kids. You know what I'm saying, bro? A lot of things could influence babies, bro. Especially around that age. Do not joke with that.
I thought I should teach them how to take medicine at an early age.
No.
My son almost died. I looked at his right jaw, and I swung as hard as I possibly could and watched the red fly out of his mouth as he fell back.
Hey, deserve, girl. Hey, I like... Yo, whoosh, you know what I'm saying? I ran to the car, proceed to walk. Bro, I didn't even realize. Hey, but y'all gotta lie, yo, Zack D films got some comp though. Like, bro, like these clones of his are pretty good. Like, Zack D films has to do something astronomical to level up his game.
I was getting ready for bed when I noticed a hidden camera in my bedroom vent
that's
angled
weird.
towards me. But
That's
I didn't
weird.
scream or even go to check it out, and instead just went to sleep. You see, my older sister's boyfriend is a cop, and he'd told me before that most cases like this get thrown out because there's no hard evidence. You need undeniable proof. So when I woke up, I made a plan. First, I got changed while putting my makeup on in my bedroom like usual. It made me sick knowing I was being recorded.
That's
but I just
weird.
kept trying on outfits like no one was watching. On my way home from school, I stopped into a tech store as well as a home store, and the second I was back in my bedroom, I made my move. I wrote "Found you" in black marker on a yellow sticky note, then climbed up to the hidden camera and stuck it over the lens. This was the first time I acknowledged it. While the camera was covered, I changed my bedsheet and put on the new bedsheet I'd just bought. I cut a hole in my mattress and hid the tiny security camera I'd got as well. I covered the lens with the new bedsheet, which I'd made sure was thick.
Oh my gosh, no way. No way. I already know what's about to happen. She's about to get, hey, she better get back on this freaking weirdo and creepy
enough to
creeper.
mask the camera under it, but thin enough so the camera could still see through. I angled my camera towards the vent and went to bed, but not before turning the thermostat all the way up, so I could sleep without a duvet and not risk it covering the lens. I checked the next morning, and the camera in the vent was gone. I pulled off my bed sheets and took my own camera out, scrolling through to see who had been recording.
Don't tell me it's the brother. Don't tell me you have a crazy plot twist in his brother.
3 hours into my sleep, someone came into frame. I recognized the cop uniform immediately. It was my older sister's boyfriend. I took the footage to the police and had him sentenced to 15 years.
Brother, I knew that. Yo, weird app. I got that, but yeah, there you guys have it, bro. Is her YouTube story better than Zack D films in terms of storytelling? Definitely. If you guys want to see more content like this, click this video here, bro. Shout out to them, bro. Amazing videos.